Hey, how you doing? And welcome back to our minute series. And I'm Josh Ford. So, I've literally been trying to figure out how or what to talk about with this because you ever just have like so many plans in your head. You're just like, I'm gonna do this, but when it comes down to the moment, you're just like, what the hell am I doing? Well, that's where I'm at right now, and I have no clue. So, what I have decided to do is that I am just going to type in like 50 questions to get to know someone. I'm not going to do all 50 questions. I'm going to pick completely randomly through this list and answer some of these questions. And sorry if I sound a little stuffy. I was very, very sick. But I'm doing well now, so that's very nice. So, let's see. What's your favorite indoor slash outdoor activity? My favorite indoor activity? Video games. Outdoor? Playing football with my friends. I usually try to get all the guys together to play football around summer and winter times. It's a lot better in winter time because summer in Texas is miserable. And to the guys listening to this, they know how painful it is to be out there in the summer and compete because we're all super competitive people and none of us want to lose, but that heat, it just makes us angry and like we start fighting occasionally, not all the time, but really sorry about that. My phone went off and I'm angry now. I get super because I usually put them on airplane mode and I always preach about making sure phones are off and yada yada yada. And of course, my phone goes off, but that's fine. All right. What sound do you love? That's a stupid question. Skip. If you could know the answer to any question besides what is the meaning of life, what would it be? Ooh, that's a good question. Is there any question besides what is the meaning of life? Hmm. Dang. I don't know that. That's a tough. I'm gonna come back to that. I'm gonna come back and I'll think over that one. If you were reincarnated as an animal, drink ice cream flavor, what would it be? Dude, animal, bear, drink, ooh, that's tough. Splashberry. Ice cream? Butter pecan. Oh yeah. Definitely dig that. If you could choose anyone, who would you pick as your mentor? Oh man, my mentor? It would have to be either Steve Harvey or Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Or maybe like Dave Chappelle. Nope, toss it between those two. I would definitely lean towards more Steve Harvey because that man knows. Well, they both know how to make a lot of money. I don't know. I'll go Steve Harvey, for sure, for sure. Let's see. Least favorite mode of transportation? Train? I don't know. I think trains are good. I live in Texas, so I don't take the train much. So yeah, least favorite train. What story does your family always tell about you? Okay, Okay, that's a toss up. So, when I was a little kid, like I said, I think I've mentioned this before, maybe in a podcast, but I was a huge Michael Jackson fan. And so I was probably between the age of 6 and 8, maybe 7. I don't know. And they were watching, I believe, The Jackson's American Dream, which is a super long movie about Michael Jackson, Jackson 5, and It's a really good movie. Go watch it. It's super long though. Be prepared. And at one point, there's a song comes on, and I hop in there and I start dancing like Michael. Of course, it was terrible. I can't dance like Michael. And as a kid, I took it too far because I grabbed my crotch, and my grandmother freaks out. She puts her hands in the air, like covers her face. My mom just starts screaming at me. My aunt's like, "Oh, what are you doing, Josh? Stop!" And I'm just like, "What? Michael did it. Y'all are okay watching this man do this?" So I got in a lot of trouble for that. When was the last time you had an amazing meal? Oh man, today when I went to Ramen Joy. So good. Go check out that place. I think I've talked about it twice now. It's amazing. It's in Bedford. Such good ramen. I love that place. The hardest thing I've ever done. Huh. In my junior year of high school, I worked, and we were grunts cleaning up a hoarder house. So right after football practice, we would go straight there and work. And I think that's the hardest work I ever put in my life. It was an extremely long summer, and that place was absolutely terrifying. I think I'm going to save that though, because I've never talked about that on a podcast, because I've never gone into detail. So I will save that for the podcast. If you ever want to hear the full story, I'll try to get that on as probably on the next episode, actually. What was the one of the best parties you've ever been to? I don't know if it was a party. More or less, it was a kickback. And it was over at Matt's. I think we mentioned it. It was the day. The day we did the Kaylin, the episode featuring Kaylin. The night before was probably one of the best nights or best kickbacks I've ever been to. It was a lot of fun. I may or may not have had too much to drink, and it was just a blast. And I will forever remember that night. It was such a good time. What do you miss most about being a kid? Not having to drive myself. That was such good times. Hopefully one day I'll be very, very, very rich. Like, super rich. To where I will just have a driver and people will just drive me around and I can afford that. Hopefully, maybe it might be because of this podcast. Who knows? Ooh, let's see. Personal questions. Which celebrity do you get mistaken for? For those that know me, the guy from The Blind Side. I hate that. I hate that. That movie. Well, I went to go see that movie in theaters and I loved it. And it's an amazing movie, and I think people should definitely go check it out because it is awesome. But that movie ruined me in high school because everyone was like, "Oh, you look so much like Michael Oher," and I think we talked about this in the podcast. But yes, it was annoying to the point where, like, I remember one day I didn't have a costume for Spirit Week, which in Texas, Spirit Week is huge, and if you don't participate, you're lame. Which it's a lot of fun. I think most people should participate. But one day I didn't have a costume, and it was just like a movie day or something like that. And my class, because if your class wins, they get a reward. And so my class came with the idea of me going to the football locker room. I played football at the time, and taking a jersey that matched Michael Oher's and wearing that number. And then I had a good friend of mine, Blythe Wise, shout out to B Wizzy, who was Sandra Bullock. And I went as The Blind Side, and I did not look happy. I was so irritated, man. I cannot express how much I didn't like that. What songs are included in the soundtrack of my life? Oh man, that's a good question. That's tough. I can't answer all that right now. There's so many good songs just like flooding my head. Oh man, a lot of Kid Cudi, old Kid Cudi. I do like some of his new stuff, but mm, old Kid Cudi is nice. So I'm gonna keep that like very generic because like if you know me, I am so into music. I love music. Um, like between rap, rap, hip hop, uh, let's see, jazz, instrumental, rock. I love it all, man. And it like I feel I'm very happy to be the person that I am because I always am able to find not the good in music and find like what draws people to this and be able to understand that. But I feel I love the fact that I also see the good in people as well, and I think it's amazing. So that's why I can't really answer that question because there's so many songs. Like I feel like there's time periods in my life where different things impact me more. So that is a good question, and I cannot answer it, and I'm really sorry. What do you want to be when you grow up? Um, I'll say this. I wanted to be a counselor for teens, to be like a therapist, and that's always been a dream of mine, and I've not let it go. It's still there. I still have that dream, and I can't wait to go forth and do that one day, because I think one day I'll accomplish that. But right now, I don't know. Like, it's always changing, and I will say this: I got some really great advice from my mom, who is amazing. Who, fun fact, has not heard any of these podcasts because occasionally I cuss, and she is a very godly woman who does not condone cursing. Uh, so that's that. But anyway, she's amazing. Awesome for letting us do this in her house. Um, but she gave me some really good advice. I was talking to my mom one day, and she's a very successful businesswoman. And she said, I can't wait when I know what I want to do when I grow up. I was like, what are you talking about, Mom? Like, you're definitely grown up, and like you have a really nice job. You're doing it. He's just like, yeah, like I achieved that, but now I gotta ask that question again. So the whole idea behind that was that keep asking that question whenever you meet your goal. Like, what do I want to do when I grow up? What's the next thing? And what do I want to accomplish? So I don't know, man. That is so that's where I'm at. I guess for right now, I don't really know. I am 22 years old and I don't know. I think it's crazy because like we're all just 22-year-olds, not all of us, but we all don't really know what we want right now, and we're growing into who we are. Um, so it's interesting, and right now I'm enjoying the ride. Don't get me wrong. There are days where I hate the ride, and I'm just like, why can't I just know? And why can't I just see like past this fog and understand what's next? I think that makes the journey even more special. I think like when you think about video games, and I know I'm getting off on this another thing, but when you think about when you play video games and you beat a story and you just feel very fulfilled, usually, unless it's a bad story. You just feel very fulfilled and you just feel like, wow, that was a great journey and I'm so happy and I'm so proud I stuck through it and got it done. But you go through it again and say you do it with cheats, you quit it in like 2 seconds. Because what's the point? Like, you already have everything. So finding a way to enjoy the journey in whatever you do is something special. I'll probably do maybe a few more questions. Let's see. What is the best and worst gift you have ever given/received? The best gift I've ever gotten was my PS3. Yeah. Oh man, yeah, that was it. That was the best gift I ever got from my mom. And it was like Christmas time. And it was at the end of Christmas. I didn't think I got anything. And it was like 11 p.m. And out of the blue, my mom comes up and she's like, "Here you go." And it's a Best Buy box and there's a PS3 in it. And I will forever remember that moment. And inside it was Modern Warfare 2. And I was just like, yes, I get to play video games with my friends. It's so awesome. Probably one of the best moments I can remember from my childhood. The worst gift I've ever received? Man, I might have to save that for the podcast. Fuck. Oh yeah, I gotta save that for the podcast. Josh Height, if you're listening to this, you're an ass. You're an asshole. But yeah, I will definitely talk about that Sunday. Definitely. The best gift I've ever given myself. But the best gift I've ever given? Because I've given money, but I feel like that's not special. Sorry if I keep skipping stuff because I can't forget. Have you ever had something happen to you that you thought was bad, but it turned out to be for the best? Yes, actually. So, I'm a very large dude, of course, and I did not want to play football in 7th grade. I was very adamant against it because my father wanted me to play football and basketball like him, and I was very against it. I actually fought him on it so bad that I ended up playing soccer just to appease him. And I was atrocious. I should never play soccer. Yeah, I played select soccer and it was not for me. So in 7th grade came around and I started going to Temple Christian, the private school I went to. And my dad was just like, "You gotta pick something." So I had done basketball to try to appease him too, but that didn't work. My biggest memory from basketball is finally getting a rebound and then having an asthma attack right after it. So never again. We put basketball and soccer in the past, and it's finally time for football. And I was so against it. I ended up going to the open house and being like, "I don't even know why I'm here. I'm not gonna play shit. Like, forget all these people." And then this dude, one of my good friends, came up to me and was like, "Hey, you ever play football?" I was like, "No." He said, "I think you'd be good at it. You're pretty big. We need big guys like you. You want to go talk to the coach?" And I said, "Sure." Like, I agreed to it so easily because in that moment I was just like, I can make a friend here. And ended up doing so, and he's an awesome dude. Haven't spoken to him in a while. I should hit him up. But yeah, it ended up being one of the best times of my life. And actually, I still to this day keep in contact with all the guys I played football with. Because from then on out, I played 7th grade, didn't play 8th grade. I regret that. 9th grade, 10th, 11th, 12th. And I stuck with those guys, man. They're still in my life. I think I speak to a lot of them on a daily basis. And they're just good people. And some of the best people. Let's see. Let's do one more good one. Okay. It's a I feel like this is a cliche now. People have done this question before. Is if you won the lottery, what is the first thing you do? Man. Well, first, like if we're going into detail, here's how it will go. I have my lottery ticket, and probably might be hanging out at someone's place. I would never really buy a lottery ticket and go back home. I don't know why. I just feel like I would be hanging out and just like it'd be an impulse buy with one of my friends because I don't know, maybe it's like that with y'all, but when you're with your friends, you do a little bit more impulsive things. So I would assume I would be with my friends and assume that I had bought a ticket while I was with them, and I would realize I won. I wouldn't tell anyone I left. I would turn off my cell phone and I would drive straight to the place to cash it in. And if it's nighttime, I would sleep in my car, wake up, and go cash it in. And at that point, what I do, I would definitely first buy. Yeah, I always gotta buy your mama a house. I feel like that's a thing, man. Like if a dude gets a lot of money or a woman gets a lot of money, just gotta take care of mama. Buy mama a house, new car, whatever. She's done. And I think that's the first thing I do. Yeah. And that's paying off all all my college debt. Yeah, I am so far in debt, guys. But that's fine because one day I will be very successful. But yeah. And lastly, let's see. What did you do growing up that got you into a lot of trouble? Okay, yeah, this is the final one because this is actually pretty good. I was a stubborn child. And for anyone listening to this, please don't be like me. I'm unreasonably stubborn. I've gotten better over the years. I feel like I've gotten better over the years. But at the time, it was in middle school, and we had uniforms, and we always had to wear a belt. And of course, I never wore a belt. So now you would get a belt fine, and belt fines are $5. So every day, almost, I got a belt fine, and would have to go sign it in the office. And so at the end of it all, I had 32 belt fines. And my mom was pissed. Because that is $160, and yes, I just used the calculator. And I all over just not wearing belts. So like the teachers, the headmaster was just like, okay, you need to go to ISS because you do not understand what you're doing to your parents. And yes, I did know that every time I did that was $5, but I'm the type of person that's just like, it's just $5. And then in my head, it'll be like, it's just $5, it's just $5, it's just $5, until it's become something big. So that is who I am. And I I love my mom. She should have beaten my ass. I don't think she did. I think it was too big to be beaten at that point. But I don't know, man. Well, anyway, that's all the questions and all the time I think I have. When I come back to this, it's probably not gonna be like this again. I just want people to really get to know me. So I was like, these are pretty good questions to understand me as like a normal dude. And I do want to give a shout out to Jacob Height for putting up for helping me create the new logo. Jacob and Josh Height, actually, they were both there helping me out, and so that's awesome. Keep spreading the word. Keep telling more and more people about us. We have something special, and I am just super excited about it. It's something I'm really passionate about, and I can't wait to get more content out. Again, sorry about not having anything out right now. I think this will go up tomorrow, which is going to be Thursday. If it doesn't go up on Thursday, I'm going to have to edit this part, and I'm going to be really mad. But, yeah, so I was sick before, and we had some other stuff going on, but we'll be back with a brand new episode on Sunday. And I will make sure to get to the stuff that I said I was going to talk about from here on Sunday. Maybe it might be the first thing. But yeah, thank y'all for listening, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace.